All right, so we're working on cutting the pitch, the roof pitch on our ridge beam. And so what I've made is a template. We're going to do an 8/12 pitch. And I've got a template made here. I'm going to trace this onto another board that I'm going to try to make a couple of jigs so that the ridge beam will be setting at an angle on our sawmill, and we can run it through the sawmill and cut that angle on the top of the ridge beam. So that's what I'm working on right now.
This is just a scrap piece of wood that we're fiddling with before we tackle the big project. So we have marked the center line on this test beam, and we are going to lean it back here against our jig that we've made and get a level line and then draw that, and that should be our cut line. All right, so we flipped that end for end and we made both of the marks just like we did that first one. And so we have what we think is going to be our cut line. Now we have to make a few more drawings on this, and we're going to use a skill saw and see what we can do. We are drawing our line to connect there to the other end down here. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. So I think we're going to lay this down here, clamp it on there, and we are going to try to make a cut. So there, it looks like it's going to cut all the way through it. So there you can see the angle. I think that's going to be pretty close.
I have to say I love our cordless DeWalt circular saw. It can go anywhere and has a lot of power. Let's see how this works. I'm a little shy on the heat on the side. On the end, it's right on the line.
Okay.
It's cutting right through the line.
We're making a little bit of an adjustment.
Okay.
All right, so we have kind of changed our mind a little bit. We started that cut and we realized it is not going to cut all the way through. It's like in just a little bit. So what we have decided to do is shift the cut line we're going to go about halfway and split the difference, and we're going to make that cut. That way it'll cut all the way through. The other thing we realized is that the distance from the cut line to the bottom of that beam is about 6.5 inches. And so we took that and we transferred it over here. That's representing our slat. So when we transfer it over here, that really needs to be about at the 7.5 inch line. So if we were 6.5 over there and we need 7.5, we're going to shift part of it with the cut, and then the beam that we have to go in this pocket is not really a 4x8. I think it's like a 4 9/3 or something. And so we've got room to play with it. So we're gonna try to take a look at that and try to fix it.
I'm so confused. This is so hard. I know it shouldn't be this hard, but
This is not what we do for a living. So
yeah, exactly. Every time is just like the first time we've done it. So
and we have no plan. The plan is me drawing it on graph paper
and figure out as we go.
Yes,
that's the plan.
It is figuring out as we go. But I think we'll be all right.
We can make it work.
If not, we'll go cut down another tree.
We can do that too.
Be back to the sawmill.
We can do that.
Okay, let's try it. All right, there is the first cut. And like I say, we're off that line intentionally. We're trying to add a little more height. And we may come up with not a peaked ridge beam, may have a little flat top. Nothing wrong with a flat top. So now we've got to flip this baby over, clamp it again, figure all that out on the other side.
So as expected, we left it flat on top and cut the angle, and we were not really trying to hit the line. We were trying to be parallel to the line, and it got really close. I think it's really close. I can't really tell you if that's exactly what we need or not, though.
But we're going to put it in the pocket and try it.
Yeah. For our like planks, our slats.
Yeah, that represents the slat that we're going to screw the roofing to.
Right.
I think that works.
Pretty close, isn't it?
I think that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah. That's the roofing. That's the metal.
Yep.
It can be screwed to a slat. This is on the right angle. We brought it up an inch. So on our actual, this is our test piece. Our actual board, our actual beam, needs to be an inch taller than this.
Right.
We added an inch underneath it.
And I think the one we're cutting is like 15 feet. And I want to say it was supposed to be a 4x8. We had extra, I think it's 4 9¾ I believe.
Yeah, I think it's like 9¾
Okay, so that should give us plenty to work with.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we have our trusses laid out here in the shop, and that's the way they are going to go on the shed. Still got the brace on this front one, and those are not lined up, so we'll have to fix that. We are going to string a line through here and see if we can get these lined up. We don't want to be holding that 15-foot 4x10 and then having to shift things. Okay.
What do you think?
I think it's pretty close. So now we've got all those pockets lined up. We've got those in a row. We're going to go get this 15-foot beam, just do a trial run with it. It hadn't been cut or anything like that, but we're just going to go for it.
Question is, are we going to be able to pick this bad boy up?
I don't know. Let's hope it's dried out a lot and it's a whole lot lighter weight. All right, so there is O. Do you see O?
Yep.
Okay. There's O. So I'm thinking we need to lift that thing up and put it on the side of the trailer, and then we can try to carry it. How heavy is it?
Oh, it's light.
Super light. Let me go get the other end of it.
Here's up.
That's a monster.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think we can be able to walk? You're heavy. The mats are bad. You okay?
Yep. All right. All right, we made it halfway. I want to kind of set it down and kind of regroup before we carry it the rest of the way in. All right, these things are a little bit teeter-tottery, so we have just kind of put a few slats on there to hold it. Hopefully, it'll hold it a little more steady, and if we accidentally bump it, we won't knock the whole system over like dominoes. But we are going to go out here. We're going to try and pick up this 15-foot beam, carry it in, fit it in the pockets, and we will see what that looks like.
We need to be up and over the top of this thing. Okay.
We'll go through the middle.
Let me set it, turn it down just a half a second. Okay, we want to set it up on top?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready for a second? Okay.
Okay. We good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, have it. Are you in down there?
I mean, you want to bring it, pick it up and push it my way a little bit? That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Woo!
So that is in the pocket. I think it looks pretty good. It about killed us in the process, but we've got it there. Now we've got to get this whole apparatus set up on top of our posts and cantilevers. That looks pretty good and level on top of this truss system.
So we have tried every way we can think of in the shop to try to cut the long beam, the ridge beam, to bevel it at the top using the circular saw, but we just cannot figure out a way to really do it accurately. If we can figure out how to do it on the sawmill, that's our next plan, and I think it'll cut very nicely. It'll just zip it off, but first we have to make a jig to set the beam at the correct angle, and it's about a 33.7 degree angle. It's an 8/12 pitch. So that's what we're doing now. We're going to try to build this jig and then bring the beam out here and saw it on the sawmill. So these 2x pieces, I have cut. This angle is a 56.3 degree angle is our best guess. That we're working on an 8/12 pitch. So that will cut an opposing angle of like 33.7. So that's what we're shooting for as the actual cut on our ridge beam to bevel the top of it. So I'm gonna screw this backer board into 4 of these angle pieces. And then on the other side, we'll do the exact same thing, except we'll turn those angle pieces upside down so that we can kind of square them in and hold them all together in this jig.
So I think we've got that one. Now we've got to work on the other side.
Now we'll see how well these fit together.
So the jig is built and it is ready for the log. first off, we've got to rip about 1.5 inches off this so it'll be the right height once we do get it in the pocket. So we're just gonna take the sawmill down it right now. All right, with that done, we are gonna put this jig together and see what we can do with that. You can barely see where my pencil line is, but it looks pretty square to that. We've had to do a little adjusting. It's not 100% perfect. It is very close. So we're gonna cut it and we're gonna go with that. All right, so I think that was a success. Like I say, not perfect, but nothing we build is exactly perfect. Bless you. Now we got to flip this end for end and cut the other side. We're gonna see how it fits. We got it on there. There it is. We hope it's gonna work.
So we were able to cut this roof pitch onto our ridge beam on the sawmill, which was a big job. We had to do a lot of math, a lot of figuring that out. And now we've dry fitted the ridge beam into the pockets on the trusses we built. Next up is going to be setting these trusses onto our shelter, which is going to be a big job. And I'm a little worried about it, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So if you like watching our videos, click the subscribe button, hit the like button, send us some comments, and share it with a friend. And we'll see you next time on Ouch Mountain.